Ooh, getting ready to storm. Hey guys, it's Garrett. I am going to do a video here for overhead squat. This is just a little bit of advice on how to maybe improve your overhead squat. If you haven't done a lot of overhead squatting, this is kind of an introduction video on some things that you can do to get ready to overhead squat. So first of all, progression. You should be able to do a squat before you try an overhead squat. If you can't squat really well, like already, don't try overhead squats. The reason this is important is because if you can squat, you can overhead squat. One of the biggest things that a lot of people run into is this idea that they just can't overhead squat. Like, ooh, I'm too tall, my flexibility isn't good enough, my joints just don't do that, whatever your reasoning is. But if you can squat already, you can do an overhead squat. If you can't squat already, you really need to be stretching it up and getting loose. So anyway, this is the super secret test to see whether or not you can overhead squat. If you can squat, you can overhead squat. And here's how I know, because when I squat, I just have the bar above my head. It's like a super secret. Now, you might actually not be able to do that if you can squat, but the good news is the limiting factor isn't how tall you are or anything else. It's probably your balance, your nervous system, the pattern, and most likely your shoulder flexibility and your upper back strength. So let's tackle those things kind of like little by little. The balance will come with a lot of reps, which is what you need to do until you've probably been doing it for 6 months or better. Even if you can already overhead squat and you're having trouble going up in weight, you probably need to, in order to increase your maximum weight, drop until you can do it really without having to think about it. I mean, if you have to think about it a lot and it makes you nervous, you should do it until it's programmed into your nervous system to be able to do it, okay? So then we get to the shoulder flexibility, especially if you have a forward tilt, which I already made a video about. If you have a forward tilt or you're sucked forward at all with your chest, you're going to have just, oh my god, a tremendous difficulty. This sucks for you. You really need to do the postural correction exercises and technique that's in my other video. Correct that first, and here's why. Because if you're forward at all, there is no way that you're going to be able to bring yourself in line. In order to do an overhead squat, you have to be completely in line. I mean, you have to be just perfect. I mean, hands, ears, shoulders, knees, heels. I mean, you got to be perfect, okay? So in order to get that way, you're going to have to loosen up your shoulders and strengthen your upper back by doing some of those same exercises. Here's two really good exercises to do if you're trying to overhead squat and you're having a lot of trouble with the bar falling forward constantly, okay? First, rig the bar up with the weight at the bottom with the rope. This is the same as the other video. Pull it up and back. What does this look like? An overhead squat position. The weight is going to be in front of you, so that's going to force you to pull it back and be able to get yourself in the right position. The other one is going to be the high face pull. And I go a little more into depth of these on my other video, but anything that you can do to strengthen that upper back, the thoracic extension of your body, that's going to help you a lot if you're having issues falling forward. And then you really just need to program it in, okay? So once you get to the point where you can do with no weight, because if you can't do it without weight, you can't do it with weight, there's another super secret for you. When you can do this all the way down, nice and easy, and you're on your heels and your hands are up and in line with your heels and your shoulders, then you're ready. And that's actually a really good exercise to do in between other workouts. Just that squat, hold it and hold your hands up. It's going to help you with the positioning, and it's going to help you strengthen your upper back, work the flexibility. Anybody who says it's not good to do full deep squats, you know, maybe I'll just address that in another video. So those are a few of the things that you can do to work your overhead squat. First, make sure you can squat. Second, stretch the shoulders, correct the posture. Third is going to be strengthen your upper back. Fourth is going to be basically programming it into your nervous system until you're good at it before you try to increase the weight. So follow those steps and you're probably going to see a lot of increasing on your overhead squat or your snatch. Biggest thing is just don't try to do it too fast. I mean, if you've only been doing it for a month, don't max out every day hoping to get a new max on it. Really program it in. Hundreds and hundreds of reps before you really try to increase your max on it. And that should take you a pretty long way. There you go.